Saturday, April 26th, and this is not a stock podcast. Not a stock podcast whatsoever. It is my favorite podcast that I listen to. And I'll go over personal ones. I'll go over business ones. It's going to be focused on business ones. But you're seeing my Spotify right here. And so I pulled up my podcasts and I'll go over which ones I regularly listen to. And I probably have a significant amount more time than most. I do 5 to 10 mile walks on a daily basis. So I do have about an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. I don't typically listen to music. One of my favorite bands, by the way, the Somerset with Adidas. And yes, it is exactly what you think when they would talk about Adidas. But the drummer, Jess Bowen, oh my God, freaking love this girl. I mean, just a soul like you can't believe, just speaks to you through the drums. And as a former hair band drummer, I do take the drumming very seriously. There is a big difference between the first Guns N' Roses and the last Guns N' Roses. Let's just say that. But these are the podcasts that I listen to. So, and you'll get it in the newsletter. You'll get it in newsletter form with all of the writings and stuff like that. The first one that you should absolutely listen to is mine. Okay? I listen to mine. It's a daily podcast. I started the podcast when I retired at the age of 49. I was just a normal person with a normal job, living a good life, and I managed to figure out the stock market to my benefit. It's nothing that I think anybody else can't learn. In January 2020, I retired and I wound up losing 40% of my portfolio due to COVID. Me and my buddy Steve, we developed the 4-hour algorithm in Trendspider for that. Okay, I'm not going to go into the ad for Trendspider. You can tune into the podcast if you'd like. But again, we developed a 4-hour algorithm in Trendspider so that we didn't lose 40% of our portfolio going over next 2022 and now in Liberation Day. So I use technical strategies and fundamentals to actually go over stocks. The number one comment I get from listeners is, "You taught me so much." And so not just stocks. If you're looking for a guy to tell you, hey, buy here and sell here, I'm not the guy. But the number one comment that I get that warms my heart is, "You've taught me so much." So that's the number one. Okay. Another one that I listen to on the regular is the All In podcast. And I'm looking in for it right now. The All In podcast with Chamath, Jason Sachs, and Freeberg. Okay. I'm not a fan of Chamath. He grifted people with his SPACs during the COVID market. I think he's got an arrogance about life. You don't say Barcelona. Okay. Normal people, they say Barcelona. You don't, on your yacht, talk about which bottle of wine costs $5,000 per bottle. You just don't. So I'm not a fan of his, but I do respect. The man is incredibly intelligent. It's a group of best friends who have different political views, and they talk about it. It shows you how different people, even with different political views, can get along and love each other. Overall, it's a thought-filled discussion. I like Freeberg the best. With Science Corner, Jason, don't ever give up Science Corner. I love it. They talk about markets, stocks, life in general, decisions by the administration. I think they do go on too much about politics, but it's a macro view of everything as told by billionaires who are friends. How can you not listen? Okay. When you want to listen to the actual macro of stocks, the Compound and Friends is where you go. And honestly, Josh Brown and Michael Batnick, they're the two hosts and they bring in other people. It is an unbelievable view of the market. And I absolutely, this is my one go-to. And I think they put it out there. I think, Josh Brown is incredibly entertaining. And I could listen to this one all the time. I mean, honest to God, I try and catch everyone. I don't subscribe to their YouTube channel because typically, again, I'm listening on the while the walking and stuff like that. So this is a must for me. Now, one that I do catch and I try and do it is Animal Spirits Podcast. This is Michael Batnick of The Compound, but it's Ben Carlson. Many of you may know Ben Carlson as the author of the Bob story that I share all the time. Bob is the guy who had the worst market timing in history and would only buy at the market peak. He wouldn't dollar cost average. He would only buy at the market peak. So he would have to sit there and watch 30, 40% of his money that he just put in go away. He still winds up very wealthy in retirement. They have episodes every day, every few days. They do a great job of going into details about the market. I will say the focus of this podcast is buy and hold. And Ben and Michael go over it. I think they do a great job of throwing out there, hey, buy and hold is a strategy and it works. And they go over specific things that you want to think about because, listen, we're all different and you may think that you can time the market and you may get it right a few times. But I think they do a great job of outlining that. Another one that I listen to regularly is Rich Habits Podcast with Austin Hankowitz and Robert Crook. I actually do think Austin, they kind of share relevant lifestyle habits of people who either are wealthy today or on their way to being healthy. It's a fantastic. And Austin's voice is just like a warm blanket on a cold day. And Robert, Austin says he's a decamillionaire. I don't even know what that means. Guy's super successful in business. And I think what they do is there's a young kid in Austin, and he's not like teenage years or anything, but he's been a super successful entrepreneur with an older entrepreneur. And I say older, but Robert and I are similar age. And so he's in much better shape than I am. Dude, I am incredibly jealous of Robert on this one. But it's a super fantastic. If you want to get wealthy, I will tell you 2 examples, okay? The episode with the investor Chris Camillo, which is down here, I think. Yeah, the man that turned 20K into 60 million. That is a fantastic episode. Just a fantastic episode. I did learn, and in the following episode, the pre-IPO investing real numbers behind house hacking and tax return, they take questions from their audience. I didn't know, and Austin taught me this, the wash sale rule. It applies to stocks and ETFs, but it doesn't apply to crypto. I didn't know that. So again, I think everybody has something that they can learn from this podcast, and it's a good one, and it's a really, really good show, and they do a great job, and it's always ranked in the top ones. I'm not a guy that usually listens to top podcasts, but this one's ranked in there. It's that good. I think it's really good. Another one that I listen to on the regular is the Risk Reversal Pod, and this is Dan Nathan and Guy Adami. I will say they are always bearish, and specifically on the Mag 7. And just get ready, because you think I hate Donald Trump. Dan Nathan hates Tesla. And it doesn't get him anywhere. And listen, it is what it is. But I love hearing both sides. And so I need the bearish side to balance myself out. I am always bullish, and I'm a bit of a perma bull. But just understand how the market works. And this is why you should listen to, if you're a bear, you should listen to the bulls. If you're a bull, you should listen to the bears. Because that's the way the market works. When you buy a stock or an ETF, the person selling it to you says, it's not worth what you're going to pay. And conversely, when you sell the stock, you're saying it's not worth what this person's going to pay. So both sides of the coin, it's important to have that. I do listen to this one. I think it's a daily podcast. I pop in every now and then. It's pretty short. I mean, when you take the commercial out, it's probably 15 minutes. They do a lot of ads in there, but it's a really, really good one. Another one that I listen to, pop in every now and then, Investing Experts. I was a guest on this one. They do a great job. It is by Seeking Alpha. I don't listen to their morning breakfast podcast because I read the news mostly while I'm listening to other things in the morning. But I love this podcast. I was a guest on it. I'll probably be a guest on the future. I need to contact Rena about that one. But I like listening, like Gold, Silver, the Fear Trade, Stressful Markets. They've got a ton. Tesla, a nuanced bull bear conversation. They do a great job of discussing back and forth things that, I'm not a gold expert. This market confuses the hell out of me. They spotlight CoreWeave IPO. I know a little bit about it, but this one goes into more depth. It's anywhere between 20 and 40 minutes. It's a great podcast, and I do like it. Another one that I listen to pop in every now and then, they just don't record enough, is the, and I'm looking for it, there it is, B2G podcast with Brad Gerstner and Bill Gurley. Brad Gerstner, both of these guys are legends. Just tune in. Give one episode a listen. You'll instantly know why I like it. Brad Gerstner does the best elevator pitches for stocks he owns. Literally, it's what taught me, hey, I need to have an elevator pitch for a stock because this guy just gets it. He goes into detail on this one, and I really, really enjoy his take. So give one episode a listen. If you don't like it, again, I'm giving you a ton. Other ones I listened to recently, I got into. If you don't know Tyler Gardner, he is a short form guy, and he's typically walking through the woods in Vermont, I think is where he lives. And he's a former financial advisor, and he told you, I'm going to give you these tips so you don't make the same mistake as others, blah, blah, blah. I forget his whole spiel, but he's very well known. He just started this podcast, and so I've given a couple of listen. I like it. It's fairly new. I've messaged him. Hopefully I'll be a guest on his sometime, because I do think he's got a great way. He's a former teacher, and I think he's got a great way of putting things very simply, very easy. If you don't want to listen to Austin Hankowitz and the Rich Habits podcast, this is, his short form content is exactly what you need. So whether you listen to his short form content or his podcast, Tyler's one that you should be listening to. Now, my first millions in my high net worth group. This was a suggested podcast years and years ago. Sean and Sam are fantastic. Timeless stories of entrepreneurs starting businesses. And they even go into episodes where they literally tell you business ideas that will print you millions. Again, these got this. If you can get the right episode, it is unbelievable. 5 under the radar trends plus our business ideas. Those types of episodes I'm in for. And this was just recorded Thursday, and they just go into detail about it. It is an unbelievable podcast. Sean is a great storyteller, and part of the gold of this podcast is when Sean makes a joke and Sam sits there and laughs hysterically. The two of them just have chemistry. It's great. I really, really enjoy this podcast. And to that note, one that I don't listen to enough and I need to listen to more is Sam. I've listened to a couple of episodes, and my apologies to Sam, but it's such a good podcast. And these are people that have high net worth, and they are super transparent. Super transparent about how they got their money, about what they're doing with their money, how they got their life. It's just a very good, great podcast. Sam started Hampton. Hampton is a high net worth group. I think he highlights some people here. It's a really, really good podcast. There's one that I listen to as well. Hard Fork by the New York Times. It's great for tech news. I usually just scan through the title. Is Google breaking up? Seasteading is back plus tool time. I like it. I'll listen to that one. Meta on trial. AI is normal technology. I've listened to that one. Again, I pop in and out of that particular podcast. The ones that I brought up before, and I'll put in the newsletter which ones I actually have alerts on, but I do listen to. Now, some stuff that I listen to that's not necessarily business related. Spike's Car Radio. Jerry Seinfeld's on there. It's a hilarious take, and I just like listening to him. Honestly, I just listen to every now and then. Another one is, let's see, Really? No, Really? This is Jason Alexander and Wayne Knight. And Peter Tide. They have Wayne Knight on there. I think I listened to that whole one. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I enjoy it. Another one that I listen to every now and then is Ruining Seinfeld. These are just two friends, John and Adam, and they literally go step by step. They play the episode in the background and they talk about it, and they interrupt it. It's great. It's really good. And then another one that I listen to regularly is Savi. Let me see. Stavi's World, right there. Stavros Halkanis. I don't know how to say his last name, but I listen to him all the time. Most hilarious human being. He's trying to get under 300 pounds. And if there's anybody that can relate to that, it's me. I'm not 300 pounds, but Stavi is hilarious. And this Mark Nomad episode, the first 10 minutes of it, you can see how much I've listened to. The first 10 minutes of it is absolutely hilarious. So there's your look at podcasts that I do. You can see all the hacks with Chris Hutchins. I listened to this one. I'll scan the titles. Chris is a fellow member of my high net worth group, and he helped me out. He said he uses Podpage, which I need to change to from Linktree. But he's great. Smartless. I've gotten a little over Smartless. I thought it was really good at the beginning. I think it's changed every now and then. Let's see. Naval, I don't really listen to. Some of these or old ones. I've always been a guest on N2 Backpacking. I've been on one. There's Mine, Fire Minimalism with Gary from 2 years ago. I'll probably record a new episode on there. Marketing Against the Grain. This is good. This is from HubSpot. And so if you're a marketer and you want to know about that, ETF Edge from CNBC, this is Bob Pisani, who's fantastic. Wiser Than Me with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. It's good. I mean, she's interesting to listen to. Bad Friends with Bobby Lee. So yeah. Yeah, and there's one AI one that I haven't followed yet, but I listened to. And I can't remember it, but if I figure it out, I'll put it in a later episode. But that's it. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Start listening. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. Comment in the Facebook group. Put it into my Twitter. I've just gone viral on Twitter, by the way, with my take on Shador Sanders. So, yeah, it's fun to watch. It's drama. It's drama. It's fun to watch, somebody's life blow up in the middle of it. But, listen, the kid's going to be fine. He's going to find a home. He's going to be fine. It's just there's going to be a lot of drama involved. And by the way, as the drama adds up, it's going to be more drama. So it's fun to watch. It's the NFL. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.